Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will talk about managing and reducing expenses. So make sure to watch the full video. One of the best ways to maximize a company's profits is to minimize its expenses. Whether you're a manager or an employee, finding ways to reduce business expenses can benefit you and the company as a whole. Learning how to reduce costs can help companies save money and reallocate finances to better uses, such as pay raises or investing in enhanced resources. In this video, we discuss how to reduce costs and why it's beneficial to do so. How to reduce costs. Knowing how to reduce costs at work can help you minimize expenses throughout the production or service process and help maximize profit. Sometimes, administrators and executives make the decision to cut costs, and it's the responsibility of management to determine how to do so. Other times, enterprising managers and employees can identify ways to slash business costs and either implement solutions or communicate with those who can. If it's your responsibility to reduce costs at work, here are some steps to reduce costs. 1. Identify extraneous spending. Look at any unwarranted spending in the organization. Remember that bigger spending cuts may reflect more directly on team members, and plan accordingly. If there are any unused perks, such as subscription services or excessive catering, you may cut these expenses as a manager without causing unnecessary disruption to your staff. If you are an employee and you identify extraneous spending that management could clip, consider making those changes on an individual level. 2. Minimize and combine expenses. Assess the company's expenses to see where the majority of the money is going. Then, try to minimize the costs wherever possible by looking for low-cost, high-quality vendors and carefully managing purchases. When you have eliminated extra expenses, consider creatively integrating expenditures that were previously separate costs. For example, you could bring multiple business locations together for company-wide events rather than branch-specific functions. Or you could make sales calls while making small deliveries. If you are an employee, try to maximize efficiency by performing multiple tasks during the same trip. 3. Examine staffing. Sometimes a business personnel needs can evolve to align with budgetary requirements. For example, you can consider looking for positions that can go unfilled after an employee retires. You might also be able to fill an empty position at a lower salary level to cut staffing costs. If you consider layoffs, be sure to think about possible unexpected expenses, such as severance packages for those laid off. Businesses can adjust executive staffing to combine positions and eliminate those that seem unnecessary. You can also consider discussing administrative reorganization within the company to help cut costs. 4. Travel efficiently. To cut discretionary costs in transportation, evaluate fleet efficiencies at the company and make adjustments if necessary. Look for more fuel-efficient vehicles, and consider providing training on efficient vehicle management. If you or your peers travel for business, consider looking for less expensive tickets or try negotiating corporate travel and lodging rates. 5. Reorganize departments. If you are in a leadership position, consider examining the output of different departments. This can help identify overlapping services and unnecessary expenses. If multiple departments perform similar functions, you may wish to combine or consolidate them. For example, suppose PR and communications come under separate organizational entities, but accomplish similar tasks concerning advertising, news correspondence, or social media. In that case, you may consider combining similar roles and eliminating redundant ones. 6. Restructure services. If your company offers multiple services, assess them to see if any of them are not in use or underused. For example, if a company has a 24-hour customer service line, but the night shift employees receive little to no calls, you may want to eliminate the service or lessen the number of night shift roles to save costs on staffing and the resources used. To help you identify which services to adjust or stop, you may consider using digital tools, such as inventory management software. 7. Brainstorm with your team. If you're in a leadership position, you may be responsible for making significant decisions, but you don't require making them alone. Consider setting up a meeting with your team and opening a dialogue about ways to reduce costs. Your team may suggest ways to reduce costs that you hadn't thought of before, as they're more involved in the company's day-to-day operations. If you have ideas about ways to cut costs in your organization, consider taking the initiative and approaching your manager with these ideas. Receiving a unique perspective about budget cuts can help managers make informed decisions. 8. Leverage technology. Technology can be another powerful way to cut costs in a business setting. If you're comfortable with computer programming, try developing a program that can automate tasks that are typically time-consuming when done by hand. If you're aware of production processes that the company can automate, consider involving those processes and solutions to facilitate management. If the business is already tech-heavy, consider ways to cut service costs. For example, if you maintain business servers or rent server space, consider using cloud and browser-based products instead. 9. Assess your vendors. If the company works with vendors to order supplies or products, consider evaluating these relationships. Look at the purchasing agreements and assess if they're as cost-effective as possible. To do this, consider talking to other vendors or suppliers to evaluate the prices they're offering. If they offer a lower price, try talking to your existing vendor first about lowering their prices, as having long-standing merchant and vendor agreements or relationships can be beneficial. If the vendor isn't willing to renegotiate the costs, consider switching to a vendor that's offering you a better deal. 10. Maximize tax benefits. Businesses often have tax benefits they can take advantage of to reduce costs. Each province and territory has different tax benefits and regulations to follow, so it's important to research local laws. If possible, you may want to consider hiring an accountant, as they can offer advice about lawful tax benefits the company can use. Although the accountant charges a consultation fee, consider this cost an investment, as they can help the company enjoy reduced costs and increased profits in the long run. 11. Analyze facilities. One of the largest expenses companies incur is their overhead costs. This can include rent, heating or cooling, and utilities. Look at these costs to determine ways you can lower them. For example, if the company's electricity bill is high, consider installing energy-efficient lighting or appliances. The initial cost for these changes may be high, but the long-term savings can offset it. 12. Consider your competitors. Try to look at how much your competitors are spending and how they reduce costs. This can give you ideas of ways to reduce your costs. For example, if your competitor is spending less on advertising by working with influencers, your organization can consider doing the same. 13. Implement time-saving strategies. Not using time efficiently can be a waste of resources. To minimize the chance of this happening, consider implementing new time-saving strategies. You can set stricter deadlines or limit meetings, so employees have more time to focus on their work. You may also want to consider implementing time-tracking procedures to analyze how you and your team are using the time you have. This can help you identify what tasks you're spending the majority of your time on, so you can reallocate that time to other tasks. 14. Maximize employee productivity. Get to know your team's unique skill set, so you can assign tasks according to their talents. Give responsibilities to employees who have the most skills or expertise in that area to maximize your resources. For example, if one employee is an expert at data entry and can do it faster than other employees, assign all data entry work to them. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.